Good evening. Hello and welcome to the webinar, the Council Delegate webinar. The webinar is now starting. This screen is an illustration of your panel box. Before we begin, I'd like to do a sound check to make sure everyone can hear me. Please find your hand icon now and click on it. If you are using an iPad, you will find the hand icon on the very top of your screen as a gray silhouette. If you're unable to find your hand icon, please type in your question box, "You're here." All you need to do is click on your hand icon once so that it stays up, and I'll be able to put your hands down. Okay, I do see some questions. Someone's saying I'm here. I don't see the hand up, but that's good, Beth. I understand you're here. Okay, also please note that your panel box states Eileen Hickey is speaking. She is not. Eileen's name appears on your panel box because she is the administrator to our webinar account. This is Dee speaking, and I'll introduce myself next. This webinar is being recorded. All attendees are on mute to avoid background interference. So if you have a question, you can type it in your panel question box. So let's get started. Again, welcome everyone. This is Dolores Da Silva. Many of you know me as Dee. I'll be hosting this webinar this evening, and Mary Bennett is also available online. Our board members are as listed. Eric Anderson is president. Dr. Olive Osborne is vice president, and Anna Mae Reed is vice president. Faye Costituta is treasurer. Susan Doring is secretary, and Pam Anderson is our council's chief executive officer. Following our board members are the members at large and girls members. Now, before I begin, let me explain that this webinar is designed to help the new delegate understand their role and responsibilities of the council delegate position. There are two kinds of delegates. National delegate represents Girl Scouts Heart of the Hudson at the National Convention, which takes place every 3 years. The national delegates are elected by their service unit council delegates. Council delegates are elected by their service unit and in turn elect the national delegates. Through this presentation, we will review the principal duties and responsibilities of the council delegate. The council delegate is extremely important as a liaison between the board of directors and the volunteers within the service unit. And as a delegate, you have the opportunity to bring to the board any concerns your service unit may have. Every 3 years, Girl Scouts from all over the country gather at the Girl Scout Convention and National Council session to reinvigorate our movement, celebrate our accomplishments, and chart our future. The 54th convention will take place on Wednesday, October 4th through Sunday, October 8th of this year, 2017, in Columbus, Ohio. And everyone is welcome to attend. Our website has more on the National Convention, which I'll talk about later. As delegates, you are elected by the registered members of your service unit. You are asked to serve a 3-year term. A 3-year term enables you to get a really good feel for the system and develop ways to share information with your service unit and give you time to garner information that your service unit would like you to bring back to the delegate meetings. If you are unable to fulfill this 3-year term due to personal changes, such as moving out of the area, the service unit team needs to know so that they can vote to fill your position with another person. This person would then fill in the remainder of the 3-year term. Formal documents such as the bylaws, which we will talk more about later, you are referred to as members of the corporation or voting members of council. Voting members of the council includes each of you as delegates, the national delegates, the board of directors, and the chair of board development committee. According to the Girl Scouts Heart of the Hudson bylaws, there's a minimum of 200 voting members, and the maximum should not exceed 1% of the total girl membership. So let's go over your principal duties and responsibilities. All elections take place at the annual meeting, which takes place each year between April 1st and May 30th. This is the only meeting of the year for elections, and it's extremely important that you attend. In order for a vote to count, we must meet quorum. Our bylaws state 70 voting members of the corporation of the council shall be present in person to constitute a quorum for the transaction of business, provided that a majority of the service units shall have at least one elected delegate present at the meeting. This is why it's so important for you to attend. You will also give guidance to the board of directors regarding any future amendments, the articles of incorporation and bylaws, and take action on any other unforeseen business that may pop up, and report on delegate discussions to the service unit. Qualifications. You are a registered and active member of the Girl Scouts, willing to subscribe to and amplify the principles expressed in the Girl Scout Promise and Lore. You understand the council's structure and willing to take training, which you're doing now. You are able to consider council as a whole, not just your service unit. It's important to bring service unit concerns to your delegate meeting, but it's equally as important to listen and realize when something that affects one area in one way affects other areas differently. Sometimes actions are not the best for all areas. Attend council meetings. Prior to attending these meetings, begin communicating with volunteers in your area to find issues and concerns so they can be addressed at the delegate meetings. Delegate meetings are held twice a year, and the annual delegate meeting is usually held in April. So please watch for an invitation. And you are knowledgeable or willing to learn about council bylaws and when district meetings are. Those are the qualifications of your council delegate. According to the bylaws, the annual meeting is held between April 1st and May 30th. You will receive notification of the exact date along with a packet of information which includes the slate of nominees not less than 21 days nor more than 30 days before the meeting. There might be agenda items you want to bring to your service unit before attending the annual meeting, so please plan accordingly to share information with your service unit. If because of scheduling timing you are not able to share information at your next monthly leader meeting, devise a plan that you will be able to communicate and obtain feedback from your service unit. Any service unit wishing to propose an agenda item which would affect the total membership may submit such a proposal in writing to the board of directors no later than 45 days prior to the council meeting. So please remember to RSVP to the invitation to the meeting. It's vital we have this information beforehand. This volunteer structure chart refers to the council's corporate body. Voting membership consists of council delegates, 5 at-large delegates. Delegates at large may be selected by the executive committee if needed to address a problem of underrepresentation. Your board of directors, board development committee, and national council delegates. The number of delegates is determined by the number of girls registered by September 30th of the previous year. So for example, the delegates for this 2017 membership year are determined by the number of girls registered in the service unit as of September 30th, 2016. So each service unit is entitled to elect 2 delegates regardless of the number of girls registered, and each service unit may elect an equal number of alternate delegates who also serve as a 3-year term. The role of the delegate is to give guidance to the board of directors on the general lines of direction for the council, receive and act upon reports of the board of directors, amend articles in incorporation and bylaws, elect annually a board of directors and council board development committee, elect delegates to national council meetings every 3 years, attend the annual meeting and at least one other informational meeting each year, meet with your community volunteers to learn of issues before the January meeting that's coming up. As a delegate, you are the liaison to the board of directors and the governance policies that drive the council. It's extremely important that you attend the annual meeting and at least one other informational meeting. You should also meet with the volunteers in your service unit to discuss any issues they may have before the meeting in January. That is a meeting where you will have the opportunity to bring your concerns to the board and be heard. Guiding the board of directors. So how do you give guidance to the board of directors? District meetings are a great way for delegates to have discussions regarding the policy influencing process. This is no voting required at this meeting. 2 town meetings may have specific topics identified by the board of directors for discussion and could be governance to a program related. Surveys are something that may be put out to the general membership and the results are then discussed at the delegate level. Surveys are complied and the results are then shared with the delegates. Then discussion ensure to review the results and make recommendations to resolve any issues that may be evident. All of these ways enable the delegates to share information with the board of directors and to meet with each other in a less formal setting than the annual meeting. We have 4 districts here at Girl Scout Heart of the Hudson, and they are geographically subdivisions comprised of multiple service units. Their purpose is to build relationships and communications with membership within your surrounded areas. Northeast District is comprised of 69 delegates. Northwest District has 70 delegates. The Southwest District has 55 delegates and Southeastern District has 64. You should see your service unit listed in one of these districts. Now, to access delegate-related information, you can go to our website and you can click on our council. It's a tab on the green bar at the top of our home page, which will then bring you to a list on the left side of the page where you will select 2017 National Council, that you can see here. You'll find information on how to apply to be a national delegate, and if you're planning on attending the national convention, check out the video on what you can expect to see in Columbus metropolitan area. We have that up on our website. And if you have any questions regarding the national convention, please contact us. I'll show you the next slide who to contact. Also, when available, we will post information regarding our annual council meeting, which takes place in April 1st or May through May 30th sometime. You'll receive notification on that. At this event, we also recognize special volunteers who have made the Girl Scout experience fun and positive and available to girls and adults everywhere. So shine the spotlight on our volunteers and nominate who you know has made an impact and you feel should be recognized at the adult recognition ceremony that's during the annual meeting. So please note, all nominations must be to council by March 1st for that, and information and applications are on our website, also under the volunteer tab. Now, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to type it in your panel box. We'll answer it before we conclude our presentation for this evening. And as I wait, if there aren't any questions, I want to thank everybody on behalf of Girl Scouts Heart of the Hudson and our board of directors to please accept our thanks for taking on the position and the challenge of service unit delegate, and for everyone that has joined this webinar tonight. Thank you again for your service and commitment to our council and to Girl Scouts. You have our gratitude and our support. And I'll wait here for a few more minutes for any questions that may come up.